Hello friends, in this presentation we will discuss one type of air conditioning process, that is heating and humidification process. So in the previous lecture we discussed the sensible heating and sensible cooling process. So to understand the present topic heating and humidification, you need to understand first what is sensible heating. So if you not seen the previous video lecture, click on this video link and understand the concepts of sensible heating and representation of sensible heating on psychrometric chart. Now coming back to the present topic. So heating is one type of process in which you can increase the temperature of the air. But during heating process, the moisture content remains same. And the second process is humidification. So during humidification, we are supplying some water vapor or water content to the air so that increasing the moisture content, but the temperature of the air remains constant. Now we'll combine both heating and humidification and understand the changes in properties of the air. So first I will do the heating process. So for heating process, I will consider one heating coil. So here is a heating coil arrangement, and here we are supplying some cold air. So point number one is inlet condition of the air. Assume that the temperature of at point number one is approximately 10 degrees Celsius. Now at point number one, it does not mean that the water content or moisture content is zero, or like that. It has contained some amount of moisture. So now this air, cold air, supplies through the pipe to the surface of the heating coil. So here temperature is more. So during 1 to 2 process, the temperature of the air increases. As I told you, so during heating process, only the temperature changes, but the moisture content remains same, because here we are not adding or we are not supplying any waters or any steam, so that the moisture content increases. But here only the temperature changes. That is the reason we have written omega 1 is equal to omega 2, because moisture content is same, that is constant. So at point number 2, the temperature of the air increase approximately 120 to 22 degrees Celsius. Initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, and at point number 2, after heating process, the temperature of the air is 22 degrees Celsius. Now this high temperature or 22 degrees Celsius air passes on the surface of the humidifier. Now inside the humidifier, I will supply hot water or steam, because steam contains some amount of water. You can use steam for increasing the moisture content of the air, or you can use the hot water. So here we are supplying steam through this humidifier element, and here one hole is provided, and steam is or hot water is sprayed. So the air which is coming in contact with the steam absorbs water and increase the moisture content. So at point number 3, the moisture content is increased, and at the same time that steam has some amount of energy. It has heat energy. The temperature is more because steam or hot water. Here the temperature of the air increases because you are supplying hot water here. So hot water has some amount of heat energy, and this heat energy is supplied inside the humidifier. At the same time, simultaneously or parallelly, the temperature of the air also increases and moisture content also increases. So point number 3, the temperature is more than point 2, and the second point is at point number 3, the moisture content is more than point number 2. That is the reason here I have written omega 3 is greater than omega 2. Omega represents the moisture content. So at point number 3, the moisture content is also more and the temperature is also more. And now the same process 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 will represent on psychrometric chart. Here is a psychrometric chart. Dear students, see here at point number 1, I have taken the temperature of the air is 10 degrees Celsius, and these are not standard values. Only for understanding the concept of heating and humidification, I have taken an example. So 10 degrees Celsius is the initial temperature of the air. When this 10 degrees Celsius air passes over the surface of heating coil, the temperature of the air is increased to 20 to 20 degrees Celsius. Now this is at point number 2. And during 1 to 2 process, there is no change in moisture content because we have not supplied any water or steam. So that is the reason omega is constant. We can see here omega 1 is equal to omega 2. It has some values. It does not mean that the moisture content is 0. No, not like that. It has some value, but it is constant during the process 1 to 2. Now, after point number 2, we are supplied steam here. That steam absorb some amount of heat, and at the same time the air also absorb heat from the steam, and that absorb heat as well as it absorbs water. So due to absorbing of energy from the steam, the temperature of the air increases. You can see here on this chart. At the same time, the moisture content also increases. Initially the moisture content is omega 2. The moisture content is increased now. You can see with here. Initially the moisture content is omega 2, some value, but due to addition or supply of steam during the process 2 to 3, the moisture content is increased and the temperature also increases here. At point number 2, the temperature is 22 degrees Celsius here, and at point number 3, there is a slight increase in the temperature of the air because air absorbs heat from the steam. So there is much not rise in the temperature, only slightly rise in the temperature. You can see here 22 degrees Celsius temperature air will become 25 degrees Celsius. Now, and dear students, here this process I have split it into two process. Entire heating and humidification process is split into two process. First process is heating, that is 1 to 2, and the second process is humidification, that is 2 to 3. Now the heating and humidification is a single word. Now assume that it is not a separate process, it is combination of both, because the reason is humidification process, there is no method by which simply humidification or dehumidification process will be carried out. The humidification as well as the dehumidification process will be accomplished by either heating or simultaneously by cooling process. So humidification, 100% we cannot do separately. So either we have to do the humidification with heating or you do humidification with cooling process. Here we are doing humidification with heating. The reason is during humidification, the temperature of the air should be constant. It is very difficult to do such process because when you supplied hot water, obviously the temperature of the hot water is more, or the temperature of the steam is more than the air. So this air absorbs energy, there is heat energy from the hot water. So there is an increase in temperature. So 100% temperature will not be remains constant. So at the same time, moisture content also increases. So instead of splitting into two process, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, so this is a resultant process, 1 to 3. Either you can do 1 to 2 process, 2 to 3 separately, or else you start from point number 1. Here is a process, point number 1, initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So heating carried out. After heating, humidification carried out. So point number 2, that is intermediate stage, we can neglect. Directly you can show the heating and humidification process by 1 to 3 line. So 1 to 3. Next one. Now we'll measure the enthalpy values at each points. So point number 1, enthalpy is H1, and in the previous video lectures we have shown you how to take the enthalpies for each psychrometric processes. So if you have not seen those video lectures, so click on this link. You can see a representation or taking enthalpy values from the psychrometric chart. So H1 is the enthalpy at point number 1, H2 is enthalpy at point number 2, H3 is the enthalpy at point number 3. Similarly, the dry bulb temperatures at point 1, 2, 3 are shown here. These are only some example values, okay, not standard values. Now, here we'll calculate the amount of heat supplied during the process 1 to 2, or at the same time amount of heat supplied during 2 to 3. You can ask a question that there is no heating arrangement is there between 2 to 3, then where is the question of heat supplied? Dear students, the hot water is high temperature. So when high temperature fluid is going inside and the temperature of this water is more than 0.2, here the temperature of the area is point number 2 is 22 degrees Celsius, but the temperature of the hot water is more than 22. So there is a difference in temperature between hot water which is flowing inside the humidifier and the temperature of the air. So there is a difference in temperature. Obviously the air absorbs heat from the steam, so that the heat temperature of the air increases. So now to calculate amount of heat, Q is equal to, now I will take this process, mass flow rate of the air, and multiply by highest enthalpy minus lowest enthalpy, S2 minus H1, plus, there is, because second process is there, plus, so heat supplied during 2 to 3 process, M, and highest enthalpy is H3, so H3 minus S2. So do some mathematical equations, correlations, and calculate amount of heat supplied during the process 1 to 3, or some 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. It will be in kilowatt. Or you can also calculate the heat transfer by using another equation. As I told you, the heating and humidification, it is not actually two process. It is single process. Heating and humidification is a single process. Parallelly, heating is also taking place, and at the same time, the addition of water or moisture content to the air is also taking place. That is represented by diagonal line. So this diagonal line indicates heating, because temperature is slightly increasing here. It is point number 1, 10 degree. At point number 3, 25 degree. So it is, heat temperature is also increasing, and at the same time moisture content is also increasing. So it is heating and humidification process. So amount of Q, heat transfer, can be calculated using initial point 1 and final point 3. We'll neglect the point number 2, that is intermediate stage. So mass flow rate of the air, M, multiplied by highest enthalpy between 1 and 3, H3, minus the lowest enthalpy is H1, so that is in kilowatt. So this is a concept of heating and humidification, and here is a representation of both process, and here is the equation I have shown you how to calculate the value of heat transfer. And in the next video lecture, we will see the one more air conditioning process, that is cooling and humidification. So thank you so much for watching this video.